Hiya, Flat Earth British. Martin Liedtke speaking. Happy Flatterday, peeps. Good to see you all here on Flat Earth British think tank. How very epic of you to pop by. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who will save us now? The world governments? It's not like anybody's going to do anything about it anyway. But we will not concentrate too much on that in this post, but we will touch upon things that we have talked about on here on Flat Earth British for a number of years concerning reset and everything we've been talking about the cyclical nature of this place and everything that we've been proposing and everything that we thought that was coming. I must have had some people say to me 1,000 times, oh, well, there's something coming, whatever it is bigger than 9/11. No shit. All of us know something is off. None of us know exactly what is going on, do we? Yeah, they've left everybody completely in the fucking dark. Okay, so it's eerie, isn't it? It's eerie as a response over there. So we're going to look into in this post, because it's Flatterday, and I'm bringing the love, and I'm bringing the joy, and I'm bringing up in the vibration, okay, for the Flat Earth British realm. Anyway, what we're going to talk about. So I trust everyone's safe and sound and everything's okay with you all. Okay, I can't really emphasize how much people, friends and loved ones are on my mind with, like, that's my worry, really. Don't worry about myself too much, but other people and the community. Okay, as long as I keep the internet on, I will be here, okay, checking it out. Okay, the normal priorities of things are just sliding away day by day as this thing intensified. I have been noticing. Have you not? Priorities are changing anyway. So we're going to be looking into a little bit of predictive programming concerning this whatever is happening event, okay, as in a pandemic. They've given us no evidence of such a thing anyway, but we got to go with it because all the world governments demand it, and they're going to come out with some insane stuff on our asses anytime soon, guys. Anyway, so we're going to look a little bit about that and some other stuff that's coming in the news, what I've picked up on the last couple of days. I'm going to present some history busting, as in, destroying official narratives, and I'll show you how easy it is. Just choose a city. In this case, it's going to be Montreal in Canada, because it's such a huge place. It was the biggest city in British North America at one stage. Its narrative is just the same as all the rest: fire, expositions, in this case, a smallpox epidemic. And more besides. It's a really interesting narrative for the city. And the architecture is superb. In fact, all of Canada's, all of New York State, all that sort of region as well. But, Quebec and Vancouver and Montreal and Ottawa, they're all just fantastic cities. And in Newfoundland as well. Some of these, St. John's and Halifax, etc. were also exactly the same, burnt out, or in Halifax's case, blown to smithereens. Anyway. If you follow this channel, you will know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm afraid there's a bit of catching up to do. But it will be all available to you to watch if you're bored, because you're stuck in on a lockdown. There's going to be plenty of Flat Earth British nectar to go through. So I've selected images of the day. Spent some time doing that. We're going to have a think about it all. Anyway, I got sent in a letter concerning something to do with the firmament and the events of Skyfall, etc. This email was turned on to a few people in the community. Touch upon it and other thoughts, okay, as to what the fuck could be going on. Not that I have any idea. I'm just throwing out there, give and take. The evidence is there in the architecture, in whatever sources. They are very fucking limited. Most are controlled by the Jesuits. A little bit slide through. There is, that's the whole point of this exercise, is there are, alternative points of view to how the history went down. And it is what the history books say hasn't included this. Okay. Probably for good reason, actually. So, start here. Now, I have frustrated all the way along for years now that commentary set the place. I've mentioned pandemics as well. But I associated them with comets because before they turn up, all of the texts will tell us in the official narratives, we've been through it all, pestilence happens, as in anomalous diseases. I've posted about it maybe a dozen times, probably more in the last 3 or 4 years. But anyway, not that I can confirm this is ever going to happen, because they keep saying all the stupidest shit ever. But just in case, they say that a comet is coming, it's called Atlas. No. Atlas, the god Atlas, is responsible for holding up the firmament. Okay, I know they show you him holding up a globe and bullshit, but look into it. He's holding up the firmament. Sometimes you'll see him with a celestial sphere, but it's the roof. Okay, so Atlas comet could be as bright as the moon as it nears the sun. So it's a lot of surmising, but what they are saying is there's a comet coming sometime in May, which is quite a close time. So keep an eye on that. Okay, so it's 0.25 AUs. AUs are distances of moon distances away. So it's like really, really close, apparently, according to them. But it is in the sun, so we won't go with it because it's a fucking gut suppress. But this come up with it just now. Coronavirus UK, Downing Street response after mysterious new COVID-19 symptoms spark alarm. Well, that does not sound fucking good at all. A day or two ago, but before I start, keep calm. Do keep calm. Okay, don't blame me about the crown. It just comes with the meme. Sorry. Keep calm and watch Flat Earth British. Okay, somebody said to me, Matt, you're in the Illuminati cards, take a look. Well, it's not exactly like me, it looks a bit chunkier, but he's definitely got my hair, he even got the same colour hairband. And I lost all my data as well. Lost, didn't I? Like the whole thing, like 1,200 videos. Bye! Which they're all still gone, aren't they? And they're on that channel floating around out there that they won't give me, or I can't get to. It's all very, very weird. If you don't know about it, it's too difficult to explain in one go. So yeah, internet worm. All of this is thought to be internet related and different aspects. Me think of at this stage, I don't even know what to think because it's coming on too quick. This is another Illuminati card. What the fuck is Irish flu? Have you heard of that one before? Well, that's on there as well. Really, really strange. Irish flu. I don't know what to think of it. Now, I posted this. This got sent to me. I'm certainly grateful, excuse me. Excuse the volume. Of somebody 2 nights ago. I posted it on Instagram. It's gone Instagram. My Instagram account. It's literally gone viral. It's like just everywhere. Of somebody in England driving at the motorway, and they're just moving tanks.
Look at this, boys. They're moving tanks along the motorway. Why the fuck are they moving all these tanks along the motorway? What's going on?
Now, you can think of UN exercise all you like, peeps. 30,000 American soldiers over. This is exactly the same scenario I'll show you now in France. They had trains full of, not tanks, but APCs, armoured personnel carriers, for carrying endless amounts of troops. So, today, really anomalous helicopter, probably the biggest I've ever seen, went over. Well, Lawrence basically drew my attention to it. Funny colour, and it looked like, basically like nothing I've ever seen before, and just flying over. An anomalous aircraft, and everything's buzzing in the air, and we don't know what's going on. But this is in France. This is like they're telling you during a pandemic they're having a fucking UN military manoeuvre. Whatever. And everyone's listening to them, so yeah, it's like you can't even escape it. So, I Am Legend, the movie, is about an apocalyptic event where all of the world's population dies, and as you know, Will Smith, etc., lives in New York. it wasn't the virus that killed them, or this basically originated, created to cure cancer, but it wiped out most of mankind. They got vaccinated. It was a vaccination. Now, when I looked up this yesterday, when I basically Lawrence, my son, said again, he said, like, I Am Legend. I looked into it and I was like, oh shit, they got killed through a vaccine. And then they put this up, and it says, the uncertain surroundings of the outbreak of a coronavirus pandemic, we want to reassure our readers across the that our volunteers are working to bring a trusted source of unbiased information. So that's unbiased. That they're telling you that the entire world's population got killed off by a vaccine in the film I Am Legend. But anyway. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Everyone's telling me about coronavirus. They're coming up endlessly. So this was posted by Drumstick, who sells like shirts and stuff. And it's in Asterix the Gull as well, an episode of that. Also in Batman. Coronavirus. This is my basically my Facebook. You can basically join that. It's on my links at the end. I will show you. Anyway. Sorry. Spatter your brains or anything or worry anybody, but just looking at aspects of this alternatively for what everyone else is thinking. Anyway, so everyone's peril, to fucking believe them. But then what choice are you going to give us? With any of it. Play or you're finished. Montreal. Okay, now this is a superb. In fact, the links, all these links, I'm going to be giving you all and many more for you to like sort of ponder and go through if you are in all weekend or whatever. Montreal, huge city, and it's like basically amazing Tatarian architecture. Montreal is 375 years old, but how old are the buildings? Now, I'm not going to read it all because basically my mind wouldn't fix on reading for 2 seconds. But what it does do is this: it gives you the oldest buildings. Okay, 1671, for example, apparently, their location in the city, and a photograph. So you can basically study this for yourself, especially if you're from this city. It would be brilliant. Some of these are just 1687. It's just insane. Is that a window? I'm not really sure. And where they are in the city. We'll look into the city and its narrative in a minute. That one's 1698. And that one's 1726. Beautiful, that. Something missing there. Really old stone. But you can date that stone. That's older. And the Molson Brewery, Notre Dame Street East, is 1550. Oh, built 1786. That, 1786. Huh. What's that? Built 1951 or something else. Anyway. That one was then. And Notre Dame Basilica, which is down here, which is absolutely astounding. They got just amazing Jesuity stuff going on there. Not that that's good, but you know what we pick apart on here. Opens 1829, neo-Gothic Basilica, or so they say. Arts building, University, McGill University, over there, the other side. And City Hall, which you're going to look at photographs of in a minute. There was a massive riot here during. It has a lot. What I've made out from reading into the the narrative for Montreal is its peoples seem to be tough. They don't seem to put up with too much shit. Okay, they seem really, really feisty. Is what I've made out. So they had a really bad epidemic here. They cut it out with some narratives, guys. I picked up a narrative where it's like all the events that have happened in Montreal, and they never included that one in the Montreal news or something. It was like, oh, that's weird. You would think, you know, a smallpox epidemic would come into it. But anyway, they had riots, but they were quelled. But thousands turned up. And what were the riots for? Anti-vaccine. Nobody trusted what was happening or the official narrative. And that's in the narrative. St. James United Church. We'll look at all aspects of that now, guys, in a minute. Look at this place. 1891, or so they say. So yeah, I'll show you where they are. So it's a superb source, basically. And you can learn about this city while you go, because I have. Loads. But look at these. Massive arches. This could be in my city or anywhere really. Fire station number 1, and there's the malting silos. Wow, they look epic. Good place for dronage. And Windsor Station. So let's have a look. Victoria Hall. When's that one? 1925, and it comes up more recent. The bridge, and then it comes into some neoclassical styles. So we're moving on now. They had an epidemic in 1885. It sparked out of nowhere. They say that it started with a train driver who had came from Chicago, and basically he was infected with smallpox, and everyone who he came in contact with, then they got it, apparently, in the official narrative. And it kicked off, but there was apparently a number of deaths, some crazy stories about this madhouse that they put everyone in, this hospital, where it was like hell on earth. Smallpox vaccination here. They insisted everyone had for immunity. Is it immune? Is it gone? Well, we had an epidemic here in Cardiff before I was born. Apparently somebody arrived in the city off a ship, brought it with him, and he immunised everybody in the city or in the world, and basically got rid of it, apparently. But we don't know where these germs origin now, do we? Could be from comets or something else completely different, or something in the the whole cycle of it, or we don't even know, do we, what's going on. So yeah, this many turned up. So it was anti-vaccination riot 1885. That many turned up, but apparently by morning it was all over with. After they were going to get shot, and apparently like the boss came along and said, no, put your guns away and your bayonets. Yeah, that don't sound like them. And just get your batons and beat the holy shit out of them. Okay, so they did that instead, and they all dispersed and went home. So this city's been burnt to the ground as well. It had a major fire. Its entire centre, like Chicago, or Boston, or San Francisco, just take your pick really, got completely incinerated in 1849. Oh, its first Parliament building. Isn't that the same year as Britain's Parliament building was burnt down? It was definitely around that period. Almost. I think 1853 the British Parliament was completed after a fire. No, 10 years before, 1839, British Parliament. All these Parliament buildings and all this civilization keeps burning up inexplicably, apparently. So anyway, they had anti-vaccine riots that got quelled in Montreal. But they had a great fire not too long after that, is it? What sort of time was that? 88. So before then they had a great fire. Great fire in Montreal. And the narrative is the same as what they sell you anywhere. Pudding Lane. Somebody tipped over the candle. Wooden house, probably. Anyway. Left 10,000 people homeless, and time when the city's population was at 57,000, and destroyed almost half the city's housing. Yet, no time at all, these massive old Italian buildings are back up. Fire occurred at the time of the city's recent constructed reservoir located on the site of St. Louis Square was drained and closed for repairs. First broke out in a tavern in St. Lawrence Boulevard and spread quickly, found by strong winds, hot summer, usual bullshit. So it took out this part of the city, this fire. They had an industrial exposition around this period, but they had a major one in 1967, Summer of Love, when I was born. Epic year. So all this burnt, gone. Same for St. John's and nearly all these major cities. This was the biggest in British America. Flatterday, the thistle. Well, that's something to do with psychedelic properties. Ireland, got the clover, and I'm not really sure, guys. Is that a rose? Tell me in comments. Oh, the beaver. Yeah, well, we know why the beaver. And the corona, or the opposing Tauruses, or laurel leaves. In this case, oak leaves. Concordia, Salus. Concordia, a goddess, which we looked into only days ago. and the beaver, and every aspect of this actually we've already been decoding or looking into on the coat of arms. Holy shitski, guys. So let's have a look at some pictures for Montreal. So they had plague, they had fire, and it's just this massive Tatarian place. I noticed their cathedral, St. Patrick's Basilica, was on top of a hill, a muddy hill. Yeah, that's where you put your highnesses. So its origin is sketchy, but it is older than most places. You know, it's tied in with the Mohawks and the Indians, and its name and its etymology, etc. So there it is. Check these domes out. Really unusual. Usual Phoenician bullshit going on after the takeover, but these big Tatarian buildings. Look at that. Yeah, very intriguing city to look into. They all have been. Most cities I've looked into. So 1906, question mark. And it's froze up. That's on the back of a postcard. And here's this riot, anti-vaccine riot that happened. They didn't want none of it. Obviously they smashed all the windows and everything because they didn't think it was right and something was up. And this is the oldest, one of the oldest buildings, Notre Dame, and it's just like basically what they say in official narrative is one of their first stone buildings. They were all wood originally. Now they had a star fort, right guys, this isn't it, but they had a star fort and they dismantled it. And it took 16 years to dismantle, they say in the official narrative. This is 1853. She's up and running. In 2 years, she's going to be burnt to the ground. Big Greco-Romano temple. So the size of that statue on there. And the steamships. I don't know what river goes through Montreal. It's not the St. Lawrence, is it? 1862, the International Exposition. That's the one. So I believe it was industrial exhibits and massive domage, Antigua attack, 2 domage. Look at the size of this place. Not bad for smallpox epidemic and famine, everything else that happened. They did have a few problems with migration and everything in the narrative. Check it out. Dun, dun. This place is a lot older. And a lot of it survived. A lot of it hasn't been hindered as well. Some of it's still there. That's the old custom house. Looks like every custom house in so-called Christendom. All of these are mud flooders. Check that out. And that's today, the custom house. That's supposed to be from 1700s. And here's back in the day when it's just muddy streets or mud flooders. That could be in Russia or something, that one. And these. Whatever are they? A strange feature for a house. And always double towers. And this is the epic fire. Border Trade building, actually. This is a later one. 1901, who knew? And the Border Trade building went up. That looks like that went up as well. Flames must have jumped across. Yeah, that was it. Look at this masonry. So, had a lot of trouble there, haven't they? And this is the Bank of Montreal. Check that out. Huh? Oh, it's all railings all the way around to the lower levels, is it? She's a beautiful building. But, like a Greco-Romano temple. Either side. Here as well. Got a dome on that one. That's the bank again. This place, wow. Check Nasmia Port. Huge doors, everything there. And they got the telegraph. I don't know what these ones are, probably telegraphed. I noticed they have like a just insane amount of telegraph. You can hardly see the buildings for what's going on. Don't know what that is. Scratch. Okay. And they had a Crystal Palace built as well, and that was 1866, so that was their first exposition. So after the fire, just like every other city in America, major city in North America. So wonder what happened to that. Let's have a look at some colourful pictures of it. See what I mean? The abundance of insane pillars, poles. You know, we've surmised with Lee Flat of British. Lee's not used Lee. We surmised, you know, did they just add all these? Because it's like they don't know what a plumb line is and they're all just shot in. You know, can't go like step back 150 years or whatever to verify this shit's going down. They just seem so crap. Maybe they didn't even have them there. They didn't even need them. So here we go. That's a haunted asylum that they got going on there. Haunted asylum. Okay. Just check my comms are up. They are. That's alright. I just wondered if I'd actually put them on. That would be shit, wouldn't it? So they had a massive flood as well. In 1896, the whole city was underwater. This is Victoria Square. Which poses a question about all of these lower basements and mud floods buildings when they say, oh, they sell us for the poor or whatever you, bullshit. Once somewhere the floods to this extent and has deep snow. That makes no sense to me. It's just me though. That looks like Britain. Boots and shoes. So everyone's out in the boats because it's that bad. Wow, this city's had some poo come down. There it is. Mind you, Cardiff's been flooded like that. Has loads as well. That looks like one of my city streets. Look at this. Deep. Oh. This is some of the images I was downloading for you for later. And a mud flooded street out in the suburbs. They have no infrastructure, no pavement, just houses. Quite substantial housing. Mud. Not even gardens. And that is Canada, obviously Niagara Falls. It's a nice little picture. Strange stone, this one, isn't it? It's not slate. It's not sandstone, is it? It's limestone. See? And here we go again, there's that ginormous dome. And look at all this ice. Boy, that freezes up. They don't even look like they're dressed for the occasion. But wow. I'm guessing that's out on the river. Phew. And again with these insane telegraph poles. Just so it's a crappy image of a postcard. And there's that city hall. Which had that riot. An insane size station. Sorry, they're not blowing up them. I should check them. Excuse me. Montreal. Same narrative for nearly all the cities we come across, guys. An older civilization full of antiquity that's already been dismantled. What you call the Greco-Romano world, what we call here on Flat of British, Venetia, which it is and still is. Or maybe it was. We don't even know what's going on. And these insane size. I'm guessing that's an asylum. Oh, it's a hospital. Same thing. It's not in the middle of nowhere. All the material out there to nowhere to build that. That's a nice one. So look at that. Excuse me. Oh, it's that same image as earlier, but better quality. And I'm not sure what's going on there. It's the quayside. Oh, and interesting. You can't get any, I haven't got any good collections I can find of Montreal either. There's another one of these massive institutions everywhere. You will get these. Just huge. Doors going up on lower levels. Just like that. Wow. In a place that has deep snow. What would be the point? And then your front door up there as well. Just weird. And there's another one of their crazy ass buildings. Look at that. The effort that must have gone into building that though. And they're always out in the middle of nowhere in fields and stuff. So there they are, the top hatters. I notice they're the only ones in boats. Doing some rescuing, are they? And here's some of their epic buildings up in the air. Bit like New York or Brooklyn. Beautiful. Really nice. Very familiar as well, I guess, to loads of us, because it looks like somewhere here, except for this bit up here. This bit, surely. And these. And there's a nice image of it all freezing over. Wow, it must get so cold there. But wow. Pretty good. Pretty good. And I don't know if that's the civil disturbance they're talking about. I doubt they would have took photographs of it. A large gathering at one of those huge buildings. Post office, looks like Dublin post office. They just, what, to post a letter you need a big Greco-Romano temple. To do the letters, then buildings weren't. I've been trying to find a panoramic, couldn't find any, except for this one. And elements of loads of places we've looked into, especially the style of churches, architecture. It's a nice early one, that. And it's on the Great Lakes, isn't it? Okay. So, excuse me. Alright. So this is a cool little link. It will give you a little time scale thing and go through it with you of basically all of Canada. Like Toronto has exactly the same thing, guys. A major fire which destroys most of the city. It springs back a little time later. No problemo whatsoever. Can't remember the year. It was late 1800s. So let's have a flick through a bit. They give you Montreal, Quebec. Quebec is exactly the same. Toronto, exactly the same sort of amazing buildings you see in North America. Look at them. The size of these things. Yeah, there's all this scrubby shit outside. Excuse my French. Cost 300,000. Yeah, and they got no shortage of money, bit like they haven't got no shortage of money now. They're offering everyone promises. I wonder how much of that'll absolutely materialise. It's not like them to be kind to anyone. It's just spent, most of their life screwing to the fucking floor, and then suddenly they just want to be, we'll help you out. Don't even worry about a thing. Everything will just be fine. Right. So that's a City Hall, but I guess they're Hotel de Villes, because they're French. But well. And Toronto. The old world. Pretty cool. See the size of these things? Just nuts. That's a college. It certainly looks like one. What they were built for originally, who even knows? Maybe education programs, yeah. For the new arrivals after some reset, and the previous population mysteriously disappears, and all of its infrastructure and buildings are still there. Like a neutron bomb. Maybe something else happened. Who even knows? Comets. It's what they got in the narrative, among other things. This is a crazy building, this Parliament building in Ottawa. I posted about it a few times. Mad. So, beautiful, beautiful North America and beautiful, beautiful Canada. Okay. That's Montreal. 2 million people there now, I think. We seen that just now, didn't we? Okay, let's move on. I'll give you that link and you can check them all out for yourself at your own leisure. Check that size of that bloody thing out. It's a big massive chunk, like it's designed to withstand something. A serpent. Oh, look at the Fibonacci. It's like a serpent running through this place. That's why they're so solid. And granite has a crystalline structure anyway, vibrational quality. It's set there for weird magic down a certain way, that building. It'll have a certain operation, depending on its purpose, I suppose. So, moving on. No, this is a shit hot link. Actually, I got this. Somebody sent in my links. Thanks very much in my comments. And it's for like, you get all of these buildings. I'll start you for France, right? You click whatever, and it'll give you the place, the location, photographs of its complete history from modern day back as early as they go for, you know, at the Art of Denis or the opera or what have you. We'll have a look at a few in a minute, but I pulled this one up because it was the catacombs on 14, because there's a load of them there, stacks and stacks of juice. So that's the entrance. Now remember, there's millions and millions of people, and Paris catacombs, can't go waltzing down there apparently anymore. Most of it's like lost chambers, go on forever, you get lost, just get lost. And the official narrative is a load of bullshit for the amount of people. Anyway, all neatly piled together. We have proposed that this is a batteries bank, human bone batteries, because they release piezoelectric forces, but it's very macabre, and they got it going on like in a worship thing. Look at this. Never really seen that little castle before. Know that. That's interesting. Little civilization thing with aqueducts. Anyway, so they made the effort to do that. An endless labyrinth. This is it. Of dead people. Skeletons neatly placed out in such a manner. Like so. Isn't it creepy? So, you don't believe the official narrative, or wonder what really went on. Well, then where did that population come from? Act the carousel. So there's a nice little Roman Phoenician arch, and it'll give you his bas reliefs as well. No, very nice. And you get these everywhere, don't you? Top of Brandenburg Gate, no matter where you are. So what was happening with these arches? Maybe to check you're not bringing a virus through your city. Plague's always been a part of the story, hasn't it? Viruses, real or not, it doesn't even matter with the fear. So, you know, people respond. Wow, I wonder what the world's going to be like after it all. Lots of lessons learned. Good lesson in people actually getting on with one another. Maybe that's what'll happen. A huge storage. Arcades. These we got these all over my city. Arcadia, and they're always massive door entrances. I've got actually an arcade to show you in pictures of the day. So you can just go through an endless amount of these. It's fucking epic. It goes on forever. Just pick anyone at random. Passing on. Check that out. Wow. Looks like St. Paul's Cathedral. Looks like they've done a bit of Joan Arc burnage. While a Walkman burned. No doubt. As flames rose and a Walkman started to melt. Anyway, let's have a look at Notre Dame. Oh, that's a different Notre Dame. Nice little building. But yeah, you could go through this for hours, so I will give you the link so you can check it out, even because you were in the past. I bet you could do some right comparisons, new and old. Anyway, things of beauty, and we're moving on. Now this is a link. I could give you actually a couple of these, which I will. I'll link them up below. And what you get is post-reset world. Okay. And I will show you now. Okay. Bit like Piranesi, the whole of antiquity smashed, trees are smashed here. I think that actually is back running. So, thoughts. We'll have some thoughts now. No, somebody sent me in this. It was sent everywhere, but just a thought. Considering, you know, the other predictive programming and everything else that's been going on for so long that we sort of, a lot of us missed. Anyway, so firmament collapse. Now I'm flat earther, and I go with whatever sources we can find, and my own experience of this place, to me, is obviously flat. And they lie like dogs, so they're lying about everything. History, which we've proved. Shape of the earth, it's just they're insane to even just push all of that in my mind. Just crazy stuff. I'm sure a load of you agree by now. What else are they going to lie about? And now we got to just put our life in our hands with the world government. And what, they're going about Mark of the Beast as well. Just an invisible chip, so otherwise you'll never be able to travel again. And travel restrictions, so none of us can be able to hug anymore. Keep everyone like separated, so we don't like get together anymore forever. Anybody want to live like that? I suppose the next generation will just get used to it after the control mechanism for a while. Stockholm syndrome seems to be, you know, incredibly poignant at this moment. People are just numb, I think. A lot of people are just pinching themselves, wondering if it is fucking real. You know, to the pandemic locking down of most of humanity. Okay. Yeah, wow. So, firmament. What if the Earth, closed dome, firmament, sea, etc., was multi-layered? Well, the antiquity definitely shows they're multi-layered over church doors, etc. We will show you some of that a bit later on. And a lot of the artworks will show you multiple domes over their doors. So it gives you a time scale of 10,000 years, but I don't go with that because that's the official Hancocky sort of narrative for ice ages and all of that at all. But in thousands of years, okay. One new layer in its place. Does the old inner layer collapse? No. Funnily enough, a lot of ancient sources do say about this. I've got a book here. It's called When the Sky Fell In, Search for Atlantis. Although it does propose Atlantis to be Antarctica, it's coming from a bunch of globeheads. But apart from that, it's about the work of Charles Hapgood, and it gives you all of the early sources, and they all pretty much say the same, and it is this, okay? And it's related to comets, and it's related to disease. Anyway, a great many empirical data indicate that at each point of the Earth's surface there has been a careful study, and many climate changes have taken place, apparently quite suddenly. This, according to Mr. Hapgood, Charles Hapgood, it's explicable if the, excuse me, my glasses are completely shit. Virtually the rigid outer crust of Earth undergoes a movement or extensive displacement from time to time. Well, I don't go with Teutonic movement, but what I do go with is the serpent, as in a vibrational quality travelling through the entire plane, which is what comes up next. The consequences of crustal displacements are monumental, as the Earth's crust ripples, as in a vibration, as in the serpent, a wave form, over the interior of the world. The world is shaken incredibly. Earthquakes, floods, and the sky appears, volcanoes, and the sky appears to fall as the Earth shifts position. So, in other accounts, though, the Phoenician watery wickedness, this actually could be us just going up closer to the sky. But yeah, this is about the sky falling, and it goes into a hideous narrative. You get it in a lot of Valasovsky's work, as well as in Firmament in Chaos. He proposes exactly the same, but he uses planets and stuff, which is what comes up next. So we all know this is an important year with the constellations doing stuff, and there's no avoiding it. This is Rome, mud flooded Rome, bringing out dead bodies. Isn't that interesting? After a mud flood, the place was destroyed. You can see it on my channel in 1609. Anyway, there are many spheres, aren't there, in Costa Rica and other locations around the plain, remnants maybe of the collapse. There are also, which I'll show you in images of the day, giant, what look like emerald or some green stone that are just shot and strewn all over the Sahara Desert from what looks like vitrification or intense heat. That could have been the taking out of that, north of that continent by technologies. Anyway, we're about to enter the age of Aquarius, as I'm sure most of you know by now. The Earth's older excuse me, containment layer is on the verge of collapse. Anyway, Mars and Jupiter conjunction on March 20th, around the same time as that comet, Atlas, that holds up the firmament. Kick-off events for the collapse of these planets. Stay in Capricorn for 36 days, question mark. Sorry about that, sorry. On April the 16th, 2020, Saturn and Jupiter are within 5 degrees of one another for the first time. They dance to exact conjunction on December 21st, 2020. 0 and 5 degrees are the strongest forces during this conjunction. Of course, Jupiter and Saturn are at their exact 5 degree conjunction on June the 21st, 2020. Anyway, have you ever seen the cartoon Chicken Licking? Have you? Well, look it up. It's on YouTube. Chicken Licking. The Disney one's quite good. I just showed you it, but they sent me a message saying they copyright you for anything, to do your channel for anything, so I'm just being careful. And basically the wolf, he's outside this, they're all in this compound, the chickens, and the wolf's outside, and basically he blows in weather from outside the fence, outside their enclosure. Makes weather, actually. That fucks with them. Anyway, loads of things go down, but no one believes Chicken Licking about the sky falling in, etc. I'm sure you all. But take a look, it's exactly the narrative for how they got this mechanism down. Right. Let's have a look at some cool pics. While we think. Okay. While we think. We think of, this is of an Asian picture of a horse race, but it's 600-year-old. So let's reduce that down. So, if life were normal, there would be far more panic and. If life were normal, would there be far more panic and death as debris or fireballs fall to the surface? Most of the population are being sheltered in their houses. Well, that remains to be seen. But Bill Gates is talking about the sky falling. Hillary Clinton has talked about the cracking of the ceiling, has she not? So there are narratives out there for basically that. Not that I'm saying that's happening, guys, I'm just saying it's in the narrative that that's there. And also comets, that I will go with, because I've been studying them for years and I've been proposing for years that they bring disease and they bring plague and pestilence. This is why they were feared so much. This is why they were feared so much, guys. Your omens. So not that I believe NASA for one bit, but we'll see what turns up, whatever it is. Isomize and I prostrate controller tech. Beautiful horses. So they were riding horses, battering one another. A bit dirty. Looks like he's zapping him rather than. Oh, no, it's a flail. So that was an interesting narrative, but you know, who even knows? It's in the you know, in the narrative. So let's check out some more cool pics before we go to pics of the day. I got stacks to share with you guys, but I don't want this a remarkably long post tonight because I've got recent posts up, and I've been posting on my second channel, which is the Flat Earth British Think Tank, as you know, which will link in the description box. Make sure to sub to that. It's got a few videos on there, and I had an interview with Victor Bush only 3 days ago, and I played that on my last channel. A couple of thousand of you have watched it, but I will link that up. Check it out because it was a bloody good show. Check this. That's is it all candles? So insane opulence. Scales, Libra. So maybe you lot can enlighten me in comments as to what's going on with sort of celestial events. I'm not actually big on it. I'm a bit of a sky denier myself because, if I'm honest, I don't know enough about it. I don't think any of us do. And now it's just gone weird. Here's another one of these crazy images of early the Nile and Cairo. And sites. So how many pyramids we got on here? So there's a 3, 4, a few smaller ones. Earlier depictions show much more going on. to be an absence of Cairo. Beyond the pyramids, not really showing up there. So, there's an other symbol, a few other sites. I will link it up, you can check it out yourself. Some people doing some praying. Pray on something. What's this? The geezers, that's oil. That's oil. It's leaking out. Oil. Gushers. Wow, why haven't they got oil wells there? Oh, this is the story of a man named Jade. Poor mountaineer, but he kept his family fed. And one day, while shooting at some crude, up from the ground came a bubbling crude. Anyway, so ideas. Now, I've been posting about missing populations for a few years now. The question is, where are they all gone? I've put it recently. Was it gas? Did they gas them out? Did they keep all these buildings if neutron bombs were a thing? That would fit perfect, because everything's left, isn't it? Except for everything's deep in mud. Looks like it's been underwater for some time, and everything gets altered. And this older world is hijacked somehow. But the population is missing in Dickensian London at the time of these photographs. And these are really early, they're 1850s. This is like the biggest city on earth, isn't it? It's like over 1 million people. So it's been proposed to me that it's early in the morning, etc. And people always go on about the exposure problem, but I'm afraid that's bullshit, because I got like 1848 photographs when they're complete moving action, no problem whatsoever, unless the technology's gone backwards. So what you see is nobody seems around. The windows are broken, no one's staying in them offices, and just a dude, and there's only a few people around. It's like a bunker here, or a cellar thing for them offices. And these are residential areas. You got a top hatter and a couple of families out. A bit of washing out, but no one's on the street as such, you see now. But really old Dickensian London, the older world. You can imagine that, like, you know, phew, you can't really. All this is gone. The old tenements like that, all wooden floors, everything made was brick, wood, yeah. But that sounded weird when somebody was walking up the veranda. So, just off on St. Paul's Cathedral near Paternoster Square, and there's these tenements. A bit broken, a bit shot. There's a woman at the end there. An empty street of this old dirty world. It's like it's been wrecked or just abandoned for periods of time or something. It's not all like it. Got some flowers on a shop in a minute, but what happened to it? It's a Dickensian London, early Victorian. And they're outside the boozer, are they? Stockley's, just merchants, just come out to have a look. Still, it's not teeming throngs on the street for this big city on earth at the time. I'm guessing it could be early in the morning, but still vanilla sky. Something's definitely off with the whole affair. There's only one dude here. Spitalfields should be teeming, even if it was 6 o'clock in the morning. Guys, it's just sun just come up, which it looks pretty high to me anyway. In fact, it looks like summer. I think it's alive either. Smoke from the chimneys. One little boy there. Look at this. How old is that? Yeah, I love these old Dickensian photos. So, a little bit going on there. Shopkeeper waiting to see if a human being actually comes by and buys anything. Flowers. It's like that. That customer last Wednesday was cool. Now somebody sent me a picture of this shop in a modern day. It's like a mobile phone shop now, obviously, in London, and that pillar is exactly there. Same place, that same pillar, today in a modern day, from 160 years ago. There's a copper on the streets, but no people. Staring right at the guys taking photographs. Almost as if something's happened they're not telling us about. It's a bit more action here in the pub. Some Victorian dudes and a woman up there. Oh, there's people up there. Oh, that's a cool photo. Bit more action going on here. We got a hardware store and two people shopping at one of the butchers. Things dead quiet. Very early then. Well, the shops are open, so it's after 9 or 8:30 at least. So not many people around. City of its size. Old Bell Tavern, big pub, eh? Well, it's a tavern. People stay in there. It's like a hotel, I guess. Yeah, hotel. Old Bell. So I bet that's not there anymore. So these bollards, what were they for? Horse and carriage. Stop horse and carriage ram raiding. Look at this. Older world. Phoenicians here, look. Whew. What's that? By steam power charge. Brushing by steam power charge. Wow. Steam power charge. Steam powered electrical generator. Let me just mag in. That's it. Haircutting, shampooing, haircutting. Alright. Oh, that's pretty funky. I like that. So, old London in the Dickensian era. So, I'm coming back with some more stuff now in a minute, and images of the day. I'll leave this at like an hour and a half before it gets dark. So, all these windows buried, the roads up here, doors up in the air. It's crazy. It's craziness, no matter where you are, the same story. These buildings are a lot older, and there's a big castle church thing going on there. So, Dickensian London, devoid of people and general population. Who knows what's even going on? Get the same for a lot of places, actually. So, this is our website, Mudflood, Mind-Blowing Mudflood, and so Lee, Flat Earth British Lee, has been posting epicness. Let's have a little look at and Lynn McKinley as well. Thanks. And Lee's been uploading all of this juiciness. So there's some share thoughts. Anyway, let me know in comments what you think, guys. You know, as you said, priorities are changing. You know, it's like no avoiding. Like it seems like a reset, and you know, everything's out of control. We got no say in anything of our lives. It's just got to now be dictated to whatever level we don't even know. What is this? Is that a water feature in Russia? Nice big Imperial Eagle. Oh, I dig that. Whoa. That is some wrought iron work. Whoa. I'm liking that. So yeah, I got a load of stuff, really cool stuff actually on Facebook, which I've been posting. Also Instagram. I share on Twitter, Facebook and Reddit, and all the other, a few others as well. So that's cool. Casus in Hermes' hand. That's beautiful. So yeah, you have really good stuff on you. Epic stuff. So whether or not a comet is going to turn up in May, besides the point anyway, because we're all going to be stuck in, aren't we? And great for me actually, because like I'm a researcher and I got like just a massive amount of bookage, yeah, to go through. So I'm happy to stay in and learn. Wow. And hopefully post and carry on with this if they don't take the internet out or restrict it or what have you. But I don't think so. I think they want everyone looking onto WhatsApp tomorrow for Mother's Day, so facial recognition, everyone know where everyone is. Not us go and visit your mother on Mother's Day. I'm thinking if my mother had been alive, would I have gone with that? You know, that's just. But then if you got it, you know, this supposed bug they want you to think you're going to go and kill your relative. Is that a reality? You know, because, you know, it's blind faith here, put our trust in these. You know, they're lying motherfuckers. That's the fucking point. They're usually covering up, like, you know, all sorts of anomalous crimes. Politicians. Wow, everybody knows they stink. Shit. Now we've got to trust them with the fucking, you know, our lives, our families, and our future. The future that is just nobody's going to really want, like dystopian future, lockdown, travel restrictions. And I bet you there's a, you know, big fucking whiplash after all this is over with. Trump's don't like Chinese people. At all. Whoa, mud full of ditch. And more mud at the end of the street. So thanks for them. Liedtke. So yeah, ooh, I like them. I like them a lot. So what is that showing? Oh, it's just moving buildings. They do that then. And I wonder what cut that out. Helicopter head, nice one, Lee. That's a definite reality. So I'm going to go through some of my images of the day anyway, which I've selected. I've got quite a few. I'm not sure how long I've been posting. As I said, don't want it an epic long post tonight. I just want to come and do a Flatterday thing. I might have a little appearance from King and Queen Fam, although they're under royal fucking lockdown, aren't they? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thanks everybody. Keep the vibe up. Yeah, that's everybody. They want everyone in the right tattered state for some fucking reason. Everyone watches the news though. Oh, they're gonna make the comes, yeah. Like a week ago, he couldn't give a flying fuck. It was like, no, we should take notice because they got weird ideas what they're gonna do with our lives. And he's like, funny, you know. Today comes like, you know, pivots in. He's got like his coat over his nose. He's like, I'm gonna get the fuck home right now. It's like, have you been watching the news lately? Like the media, sensationalism, the whole thing with it is just caused all the problems really. They made everything worse. But that's by design. Food shortages. That's, you know, potential famine for like what, billions? Yeah, alright, it's weird. Having said that, I went to shops today and they were completely full. It's just like restricting how much you buy at the local shops. So this is the Kaiser Bell. It was on top of a tower here. Apparently it fell off in an earthquake. They was apparently more frequent back in the day and landed here and cracked. But how did they get it up there? How did they even found such an object? And why do they have such big bells? So this is our, actually I don't know exactly location, but it's somewhere in North Africa, and this is just there. It's anomalous green stone. Where did it drop from? You see them all over the Sahara Desert as well. Arches, domage. So they do show a multi-layered dome, and then they show above the dome another plane of existence, where these apparent Atlanteans, Phoenicians, Olympians, whatever you want to call them, you know, these look weird, you know, they're ones that like to chow down on humanity, like Kronos. He'll eat his own, apparently. And there's strange fucking goings on with us. And we're like, you know, we're being treated like cattle at the moment, aren't we? Look at this after reset. You got a Russian palace. And it's just all grass inside and horses. Shitting and smelling. Put it all back together. After reset. Let's bring the horses in. And I've posted about this. This is a clue, again, about Comet. In I5 or J575, so 573. Basically a comet goes over, everyone, you know, there's a plasma discharge event, everyone goes fucking nuts and starts chowing down because there's no food on one another. Yeah. And it's, I've only, if you followed my channel, I've only talked about all this about 100 fucking times. It's just and I did say something really big and nasty was coming. We don't really know what's really going on. I wouldn't even like to beautiful red in this. I wouldn't even like to surmise as what's going on, guys. But what I know is, we all know, every single one of us here know, it's not what they're fucking telling us. Do we trust them that they're protecting us? Yeah, maybe. Protecting us from what exactly? Why they want us all stayed in on that internet? Everyone. Till it blows through. To what fucking blows through? Still haven't got any evidence this shit's going down. Look, you got this ball, this orb, which is all over antiquity, and it's the Comet, and you got this like scythe for resetting. In fact, in this one you got the celestial sphere, the domage, and this bit looks like it's fallen in. The dome looks like it's fallen in. So NASA also were talking about two suns as well. It's on my Facebook. I'll show you now shortly. And this is a mud flooded world, as you can see. They're still digging it out. The deadies put in mass pits. I don't think they do that. Probably just burn them with flamethrowers. En masse. That's you know, you can't trust China with their human rights fucking record. It's despicable. So you know, you don't know what they're doing or what they did. Yeah. We haven't got a clue. We just got to believe them. And like you know, fucking same as with the Gulf War and all of the rest of it. Like you got like fucking Boris Johnson, saying exactly the same narrative as Trump. Yeah, just fucking exactly the same. Don't worry about it. We got it all under control. We got endless amounts of money we can keep on giving you. Everything will be sweet. You won't even have to go away. We'll fucking sort you right out. Don't panic. That sounds like a load of bullshit, guys. Honest, they're screwing us to the ground all our lives. And when you die, they screw you again. Why are they getting fucking generous all the time? Where's the money coming from anyway? Whatever. World's been in recession. Fucking whatever. Oh, I get it. They're switching it all off. $1 trillion economy in America for 100 fucking deaths or whatever. They're just over. Yeah? Is that really what's happening? Happy hats. She's hiding her horns. She's hiding her horns. So, I don't know what this is, but it's some sort of bunko booby thing. Something seems like burnt in there. Not sure. Door in. Fountain on top. Not really sure what it is. We use bunko booths. This one's got Antiquitech on the roof. And a door going in like a little window. This one's got the old ladder. Somebody's been seeing to the... I got fucking tinnitus in my ear. What's all this? Tech. So it's going. That was a loud one. I got it last night as well, getting it all the time lately. It's like it's getting more and more the tinnitus. It's just... It's my inner ear recalibrating with their bullshit with the fucking microwaves. Another ladder. Went up to this. They're doing something on there, aren't they? And what's with the mass of people? They're all going in the same direction. Exposition. Who even knows? So this is the bullshittery of official narratives, right? They'll give you the narrative. They're all Wilbur. Or one of the right. Well, right. In Springfield, Minnesota, and he's in his flying machine and he goes down a busy city street and he's got like a sound of an engine nobody's ever even heard before because cars not invented. Have you heard trains? Yeah, he doesn't even look around. Yeah, it's only, hey, it's Wilbur in a plane, first flying man ever. Yeah, whatever. In fact, no one gives a shit, not even the horses. Yeah, no one's looking up because it's not there. Because all of this is a bullshit narrative, guys. Flying. This dude, did he exist? So that's Napoleon Bonaparte's death mask. Okay, so apparently put over his face when he's dead. Same as he did with Oliver Cromwell. You know, that's why we know he got warts. But is he really? Or could it have been just some random any fucking dude? He doesn't really look like any of his paintings as well, except for this nose thing going on and that, but no, a photograph would have been better. We got one of Wellington, you know, to prove you even existed. Prince of Corsica. Christmas food list 1788. So let's see how they were doing in 1788. I'm guessing it's a royal household. Anyway, they had turtle, British truffle, giblet soup, pea soup, gravy soup, cod. Gravy sounds like grave, doesn't it? Gravy. Don't know what that is. Carp, perch, new salmon, herrings, spirits and bottles, wines, eels, fish. So saltfish. So yeah, they had some nice food in 1788. Very fish orientated. A lot coming out of the water. Big fuck off antiquity building. Windows in the domage for some reason. So Montreal. This is in the Arabian world. I only chose them because of the divine colour. I love this Lash Royal, this blue colour, whatever it is. Reacts with my brain. I really like the look of it. In fact, the Arab world, the Muslim world, is a beautiful place, guys. I must admit, they just got such beautiful aesthetics, quality. They got the double pillars going on, and just a different concept for it all with the domes. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Oh, tile mosaic. Like this. I'm not actually sure what that is. Some sort of chimney, maybe, for some pottery. The effort and decoration, you know. That'd be pleasing on a summer day. So, as we said before, on Fact with British, cathode cathedral, cathode real or RAL. Okay, cathode is a type of electrode through which electrons move. Electrodes are an electrical conductor, usually a metal, that is connected to something that is not metal. The cathode type of electrode delivers electrons, negative charge, to an anode. Collected electrons has a positive charge in this machinage, which we proposed for a while now. I love that. Wish I knew what it was, but I do like it. Well, knights. This is on a relief somewhere. Well, what do you reckon? Is he a robot? Is that a speaker? Yeah, he's looking very robot-y, guys. Very robot-y. This giant altar. Why would they build something so big when people are so little? It's not like you can reach up there. I'm afraid I don't know what that is on top, but it seems sacred. So. Place seems old. Why so big? I don't know, it's just a really nice colour and a nice aesthetic feel to it. It's not Phoenician. Okay. Somebody sent me in that, but I'm not sure about. 2020, 3 windows are visible on the side corner, and in 1896 windows are visible on the side. So it's been buried a bit. So I'm guessing they dug that back. But on a river, silt disposition. Okay, no, I'm not really sure about that one. But that. Wow, just the effort in put into that. Big doors for big people. We like a good door. In fact, British. Lord, House of Lord. Lordy Lord. Very pyramidy, and always the Phoenicians with the sound. So what we got going on here? A bit of medieval tomfoolery. Ooh, he's looking at him, and what's he doing? Ooh, spearing him. Oh, they're killing him. They're massacring him. As you do. See, this knight don't show his face, this one, yeah. Some of them are really not human-y, as we proposed. I don't know, guys. But I like this odd brick left out. She's a beaut. Okay. And the crazy ass Phoenician building. Mad flooded. And some Indian rock art of a giantage. See? People size, giant size. What are these? They just like phased in. And the Enterprise. Zzz, arrive. See these things? Speakers? Who knows? Anyway, did anyone actually share my show? Our show? Did they? I'll come back with a final of Queen Femme. Are on lockdown. Royal lockdown. It's different to normal lockdown. And I will talk about them in a minute. Ugh. He's got no strides on. Ugh. No wonder they're fucking running. Oh, we're making you new kingo. Okay. I wonder how long all this shit's been going on. So this is a church in New York, and they basically tell us about reset system, because it's a church in a very sick way. So it's like demonic intervention with humanity, evil forms, even eviler religion, people, and they will show you the fall of civilization. 4 horsemen of apocalypse. Well, how many of them we got on the way? Famine? Maybe. What about pestilence? Yeah, it arrived. Or maybe. War. Who knows? What are they doing with all their army? I do not know. So the Phoenicians. Gorgon. Bacchus, I guess. So these people took to the hills in this place in Phoenicia. Or her. Look at the nose. She has no bridge. They didn't squash it in to retard her ass, did they? So she's got like these Phoenician features, and they always got this long, flowing red hair. In this case, strawberry blonde. Look at that red there. What? And the green. Fucking hell. It was so well turned out, wasn't it? So what's in the juggage? Not that. What's this? You're going to be holding it very carefully. What about the plate on your head? It's my aura. She looks shifty. So this is Great Exposition Chicago, and what they got is Westinghouse Electrical Fair. And we've got Westinghouse Electric, Manufacturing Co. Tesla, polyphase system, and you're really sure. So it's polyphase, all from Exposition in the past. So this is a giant king. He's got buried with a fuckload of gold because he's Armageddon currency. Didn't have cash anyway. Big gold and happy, huh? A CD of information for whoever picks this up later. And I think he's a giant because of the length of his thigh bone. And this one almost broke, but that's one ginormous thigh bone. And it was really big anyway. Giant king. Looks like he got a beard, and you got one of those Torx plates to collect the dribble. So I thought this wasn't very nice of Britain anyway. Look, Canada, Britain's granary. So like, it's a whole country, like, squillion times bigger than Britain, and it's like, yeah, they just grow a corn. Give them an edge too. It's really off. Don't even like that. Jeez. Whatever though. Canada, Canaan. So we got some good stuff. Excuse me, Albert Dürer. And look at this city up on the hill. I've posted this many times, but this is a high quality one. So like the devil saying to the night, look, time's running out, geezer. Okay. So he's got on top, like a little astrolabe thing. So astrolabe sort of thing going on. And he's got his dogs. And this looks like that survivor symbol. So it's in I-513, skulls on the ground. And he's off to fight something. And there's a goat there as well, with a big horn, which is up and standing, because it's demonic, full. So this church, back to this church in New York, shows you the Twin Towers falling, all of these buildings falling, like in an earthquake, and sort of church technosmia devices below. But it's sure a bit worse than that. A Phoenician painting. Cool. So what are you going to do when you've won the war and gone back to America after the Great War, First World War in 1819? don't really instantly die of Spanish flu. What you do is you bring a shipload of German collected helmets up, and you collect them all up and you build a pyramid with them at the end of your street in New York, like this, because they're all helmets, German helmets. Freemasons, pyramids. So I'm thinking about having that as my thumbnail, actually, because comments are included. I've been talking about it for years. It's got more sort of poignancy, you know. These are all over the desert. What causes them? Plasma discharge, thunderstorms causes them. And they look like the ones on the moon, don't they? With a little crater in the middle, and you know, all the circle all the way around, exactly like them. So that's what they are. There she is, closer. So look at her hair. Shifty. Dead phony. A lot of metalwork going on. Didn't really see that. So what's in the pot? So it wasn't as shit as you imagine. Everyone had silks and stuff. No one was shopping at Primark back in the day. Everything was tailored. Sweet as and that. That ship's keeled over. Don't know what's happened. Check this out on the hill. Wow. Oh, a lot of that sucky uppy thing going on that they're all up to. Oh, I'm not a fan of all that. So just back to that church anyway. So they got a bridge busting. So Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, Statue of Liberty. Buses are falling off Brooklyn Bridge, landing in the briny, which is all boiling, and then under there they show you like civilization after civilization. So it's like Greco-Romano. You know, let's get some magging in. Oh, no. Shown it before, but you know, now I think it's a bit more meaningful. So yeah, that's fallen, and below that, a load of skeletons, etc. Holding whatever. Oh, what this one? So bridge busts, everything falls off. What that one? One thing's for sure, they seem to know something that we don't, but I think we got a good handle on it by decoding it. So this one's connected with a wormhole, so I'm guessing this is a baby squeezing out, yeah, some weird sort of fishy interpretations. These hands, yes, these are hands. Goat, two mummy things, two hands holding what? Two hands severed and tied, and a wormhole. He's holding up or something. It's a cathedral at St. John's Divine. So you got a lot of Masonic weirdness all over Switzerland as well. This one is in Louvain Town Hall, so I guess Belgium. And you got this weird freaky little alien thing there. Look. Not human, is he? Yeah, you get him all sorts like that. But that's sinister, isn't it, guys? Why would they put that on a church? So why would they put that on a corner in antiquity? Nice little shop, maybe? Water feature? Yeah, water. Shells in a muddy lane. Beautiful. Two suns are talked about. If the firmament is in motion, the stars turn with that, and there's something going on with that, and the sun is reflected in, apparently, that would explain a lot with the quickening of the days. The clock goes forward tonight in Britain. We want to keep an eye if we lose minutes again, because the days are just fucking closing in, shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. I don't know what's going on. Time's just gone. Done one. What about this? She's standing on this orb again. They come floating in with it. You see all sorts of deities floating in on this Masonic G orb. It's a definite big player in it all, guys. To the glory of the grand architect of the universe, in the name of God and St. John the Baptist. So, code, M code. Worship God, our Father of all men, and hope for all life in heaven, the reward of good accomplished on earth. So, could we have like a definition of this anomalous place? That's a bit of blind faith. Heaven even exists, and who's giving it to us? The Jesuits and, you know, sort of centralized controlled religion again. Yeah, the heaven and hell narrative. They keep holding people down with insane thought forms that are not real. And what's with this, you know, the juggy job thing? No, Babylon, Lady Liberty with the stars above her head. So the moon, sun, and a third plasmary pyramid. Not sure what that is. Menorah. Oh, caves. There's so much going on. Right, there's something else here. Let's mag in. Sorry about this. So they're going on to the top of the hill, and there's another starry body here as well. He has a canoe, Susa. He just... Oh, right, humanity's underfoot. No fucking problemo. Oh, well, worry about it, love. They're quite happy for her. No problems there. They put up with any old fucking shit. So I'm finding. I feel there's a benevolent force out there, being as everything leaks back to them, everything I say any fucking way. If there is a benevolent force out there anyway that gives a shit about humanity, I'm about tipping us off what fucking else going on and help us out. We ain't happy. I ain't happy. What a fucking libby, eh? So there you are. Is that what it's about? You know, after the Black Death, you know, killed whatever quarter of the Europe's population, a lot of the Illuminati, or the elites, excuse me, were taken out. So they had a new infrastructure. People who were middle class before managed to go up in the power scale. New leaders, new infrastructure, new society. Apparently, after the Black Death, Comet, clear civilization, illness, plague, famine, and then after that becomes even cheaper labour, probably free because everyone will be a slave. So. The demolition in 1938 in Holland shows an ancient sewer system, which is supposedly the Romans, but the Phoenicians, on top of a tunnel. What about this insane noise they can't handle in this purgatory, being tormented by demons, thought forms in their heads, and they can't handle it? Ah, get on my head, my head. I would watch what you're watching with subliminals and stuff, guys, with these people. They got it down to a T, you know, activating all sorts of weird shit. So yeah, as I said, centralized control religion. They like to, you know, basically exhibit their trophies like serial killers. It's psychopathic, and everyone's trusting psychopaths. It's just me. I'm just being awkward. As awkward as I ever have. In fact, I haven't changed my narrative. I'm just talking about the same stuff I've been talking about for years, only now it's fucking relevant. It's not weird. So Gabriel stabbing a demon in the throat. Archangel Gabriel. He seems to be doing all the killing. Now, Atlas, who's this dude here, the Atlas Minor, who's a comet, they tell us, NASA. Not that we can believe anything out of them. Fucking scum of the earth. All that's got to be gone, surely, after all this. Or are they going to find trillions to give to NASA after all that they've just spunked on, you know, stopping civilization for X amount of time to come? I don't think so. So he's holding out a celestial sphere, which in and out of his dome, and you've got like the controllers, who were the Phoenicians, who were the Atlanteans, or whatever you want to call them. These are not nice at all. Okay, they might seem kind. I think it's a balance. They do show kindness to protect us because of panicky nature, but it is a cattle thing, and we do not know much about anything anyway. 1733, and they've already got the, you know, what the globe looks like of when they take a shot this way up as well. It's never any other angle, that way, upside down, whatever. From, you know, Apollo 11 in 1969, took exactly the same shot as that. Okay. Phoenician reset. out of a book, which I was going to go through with you, but it's time aspect. I'm sure it's getting on for 2 hours. There she is, the controller again, with the same orb, which we've proposed on Flat Earth British to be a comet. The controller tech comet is actually in the book, The Holy Grail of a Flat Earth, which is a Flat Earth British book, which you can get in the descriptions box for this video. So again, I notice a lot of these people at this period got guitars. I'm wondering if they played really funky tune. You know, I mean proper tune, a bit of like blues, a bit of rock, or just some, you know, down in 1700s, and not rock me Amadeus style. I mean proper. So yeah, jugs out. I'll play you a tune. Don't like the sound of that. Ark of the Covenant in this case is in the sky, and he's like zapped his head with some weird voodoo. And the Imperial double-headed eagle, and it's got the fish hat of the Vatican over it. So at this period they're bitches, and the year is I544. These are bitches. 2 opposing Tauruses, wings open. Adam and Eve, not sure what's going on there, but they got a pet cat, so pretty cool. Good time to get a pet. People who be stuck on there. Oh, I'm actually good because I spent years like under, you know, not isolated, but yeah, on a ship, on ships. And the only other people on the ship, and you know, apart from when you're having parties or whatever, you keep the fuck away from them. Most parks you're working, and it's like an island. You're not really bothered. Go do your own thing, or go with the crew. But yeah, so they want to keep us all away from one another. Well, that'll suck. So Caring King again. Got a faceless knight in the corner though, is he? Or somebody with his arms chopped off. Used to be human by the look of it. Look at this for a wood, excuse me, a stone carve. It's not soapstone. I can't identify it really. Somebody took their time to do that. Ugh. There's a demon there and a little alien head. Let's have a look. See him? And more angels blowing trumpety sound down on us. Vibration again. Yeah, that's sinister. When they do that in that church in Harlem, it is Harlem. So yeah, he's got his eyes covered. So I don't know if it's like anything to do with the Illuminati, or he's been on Interchrome. Somebody sent me a link yesterday of Bob Geldof, and he looks like shit, and he's got a black eye like all these stars have on the on their juice or whatever's going on. Look at this, back of a woman. So he's got 2 heads, this one, 2 faces of our leaders, maybe multifacets, pretend they care, the other one's evil, or maybe the psyche. That one's weird. Hands. Oof, I don't like that. That's like the coming of the Antichrist sort of buzz on my wine getting off that. And more Phoenician pillars. High detail. That one's in Detroit Ditch. This one's in Detroit Ditch. Back this. That's a donkey years. I've known him for donkey's years. I want to identify these you get in the flowing flowers. These here, I'm sure they're rhododendrons. See them? Like a cob, like apple shaped to them. I've seen them. So yeah, this is what held lampposts in the old world, guys. So yeah, I've been keeping in really, guys. I'm not really going out. It's no one out on the street. I went over earlier. We got buzzed by a bloody airplane. It couldn't have been more lower. We looked around. We were the only ones out. Went to the shops. Things were ticking over. Only there's just like can't get food. Just fucking restrictions on everything. Bit of a bummer. With the shops completely. Fuck me. Hope they got deliveries or some shit. This is Angkor Wat, right, guys? And it's basically what looks like a geophysical topography of it. And the whole thing has got an infrastructure of small cubes, and it's not only, it's inside as far as I guess the eye can see. These these streets, maybe. Down here, look at this, how intricate that is. And this is all covered in shrubs and grass and jungle, see? Look at that. Is that a maze? No, I don't know what that could be. But overall, they look like circuit board cities, and the centre bit couldn't have been more protected. But that looks like a motherboard. Exactly like a motherboard. And go on. Another one of these strange plasma-y ones. Pyramid. She comes down on an orb. Or a comet. And there's a woman underneath. I never seen that the last time. Ah. With the legs open, and a fanny is the door of the G. Right, somebody done that, didn't they? I only just noticed that. I didn't see it the first time till just now. What's that? Drilling. Oh, that's that guy in a tunnel. So they overlaid that. Yeah. Okay. Got that. So were they running around with these back in the past? You know, when Bacchus turns up on his doom? Is it a ship with, you know, like basically wheels? And seahorses? Is it like and steam power? What is this coming out here? Cannons? And a spear here. So is it amphibious? There seems to be a lot going on to my eyes, guys. There's no propeller here. It seems to be steam or something coming out. It seems to be like steam power tech, steampunk tech. So what we got here is Venus, Mars, and Vulcan. But I noticed they got this mirror going on. There's something going on with these convex mirrors. So who's under the bed? I guess is Vulcan, maybe. The dog's barking. This guy I haven't noticed. He's like, is he under there? No, love. He's not under there. God, you're dense. She's got that blonde curly thing going on as well. Yeah. I like that picture. That's a good picture. Right, what we got here is wonderful Copenhagen, Christiania. Back in the past, so Copenhagen was a massive Italian city. Really like Copenhagen. So yeah, this is pyramids in Pievantaharkursta again, and I show you endless amounts of pyramids. You get stranger ones in this, but the most important thing I think is this coffin for giants, because this is an esophagus. Smaller one here for human, big one here, and this strange modern circuit board layout floor. So it's all dug away under these caves, under the pyramids of Giza, under that installation that we've proposed was an ark, and there's a giant coffin with Phoenicians on it. I wonder who that could have been. Eh? So Bunko Booth in Norway? Or no, excuse me, Denmark, which is also on lockdown. So yeah, I was on a radio show with Victor, who was on Radio Tartary or Revolutionary Radio. See, I've been studying comments for so long, not a lot alone, a lot of us have now, and Lee Flat Earth British done a personal survey once of the amount of events have taken on civilization, and what he came up with was like, oh fuck, and that was like 3 years ago now, guys, or years ago. They kill each other in heliocentrism because they split off in two different directions. They've been known to go in different directions. You know, if anything was orbiting anything, this is not going on, is it? And they explode. This one was in 1866. They said it was a meteor. A bit like that one in Russia that we've seen on them films. London. Coat of arms. Faceless night again. Mon. Yeah, mon. They're nicking my sayings everywhere. I went to a shop earlier and they said epic chocolate bar. It's like, motherfuckers, no one was saying that. Just nick my shit. D-Day. Now, the photographer for this, right? Caputa, I think his name was. But this guy who took the photographs of D-Day. Basically, gets him back to the lab. And he made a fuck up. He made somebody else do it. And they killed all the film of the most important battle event in modern history. So I don't believe that. But a few did survive. I think this is probably not Omaha. I think this might be one of the other beaches, Sword, possibly, on the lack of buildings, looking at it, and the narrowness of the beach. They were lucky, weren't they? So they had to get up here. He's dead, he's shot. Anyone else dead? Yeah, he's on the floor, he's fucked. He's dead, or just ducking. No, he's dead. He's been hit as well, because he's not holding his gun. So yeah, I'm guessing a lot of shit went down. So they're on the ducks, they get out. They get machine gunned like fuck, like in Saving Private Ryan. And then a big bomb comes off and that shrapnel just takes a load of people around it. He's dead. So yeah, there's some action shots of World War II, not too many. Again, the lion, the controllers, Neptune. Okay, the lion. Again, with this orb. Everywhere. This is in Norway, in Oslo as far as I know. Oh, yeah, the Vigilant sculpture pack. It's fucking paedophilic. What the fuck is wrong with this? How is people just passing this by and saying this is just not, you know, this is cool. Look at the guy holding fucking kids up, just balancing another one on his fucking foot, or kicking it, or whatever. Is he kicking it? Some of the whole thing, they got all like these weird ass, like a big giant baby thing fucking going on. It's just really iffy, this pack. It's like, don't you think? It's just me then. So, this is a coin, Solace coin, lunar, so sun and moon, and on the reverse. So whatever it is to do with conjunctions, I think this coin is, okay, in my mind. And there is in this, you know, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shape is, I think at the top of that is a 1, I'm not sure, or an O. It's got 111. Yeah. Now they're using that as the number to ring in the event. Like when I first heard it, I thought you are making it fucking up. So is this what the 111 was all along? But it's the opposing side of this number puzzle that I've talked about many times. But underneath it is 666. Oh, and it has the celestial sign for it. Is that Aquarius? There's another one there. So 111 and 666 and a number code. In my mind, is if you work it out, you know when it's reset. So this is a Peter de Hooch picture, and I really loved this picture when I looked at it closely. Seems happy families. There's a bit of naked cavorting going on, like, so there's a nudity up on the thing. What's going on? Look at the wall. You got wallpaper like that, guys? Yeah. Nice dog, Springer Spaniel. And the old man talking to this person here. Beautiful picture. It's not really what they tell us of this period anyway. Not when I grew up. So again, you got like 4 horses coming out of water. Or horses, white horses. A pillar. Really sinister. Also the goats of Mendes, I suppose. With these Phoenician flowers they always got hanging down. This looks like a bit of a modern affair. Fasces. Fasces. So this is a beautiful excuse me. Shit. Beautiful organ. Sound. Now that looks like a demony thing. No, it's an eagle. With an aquatic bottom. No, it's the eagle's behind the aquatic person. Wow, look at this. Sheesh. Now that is a keyboard. And as I said, Arcadia, and Arc, yeah. And this is in London, and it's full on Phoenician bingo hall probably. But these flowers I'm on about, I think they're rhododendrons. But really nice. Arcadia, definite clue. So somebody said to me, "You in the Illuminati game, Matt?" I'm thinking about it. Look. So I did lose my data, and I did tell you. So do you reckon that looks like me? It's got the same colour hairband in. Bit of a fucking coincidence. And not only that, my hair does look exactly like that. And I did lose all my data. And I am a truther as well. So what about this? Thermal imagery of sodium in water. I'll show you now. On my Facebook somebody put it. At flooded house. So I'm dying of first year. So this has been a proposal through antiquity, the plague state, and it's like an angel comes in with a sword, bringing in a cloud behind you. Everyone falls sick. That might be my thumbnail. Well, I quite like that. The Comet woman thing. So more strange art. What's going on with my phone? It's going bloody mental. Did you share me out, guys? On Flatterday night. I'm coming back now with some Royal Lockdown with King Thumb and Queen Thumb. Let's see how they've been getting on. They've been locked in for a week with together, and you know how they get on. So this guy's getting like his basically he's getting an electrical treatment. So it's on his neck, and then they're putting 2 electrodes on his head and they're electrocuting his pineal gland. He doesn't look too happy about it. They do that sort of shit. I think they can do whatever. So let's take a last look at these tanks. It's exactly the same thing on trains in France, but they were ACPs and they're moving. I guess if their official story would be moving them for manoeuvres, because I think it's important during a pandemic to have some exercise for the troops. Keeps out of the way so we stay well. I'm so thirsty. Okay. Me's coming back. It's probably been an hour and a half flat a day. It's hard work. My head's been a bit weird because of things are going on. So to be posting, thinking about all of this, you know, thinking about like surviving. It's really weird experience. But like, there's nothing like, you know, really important, massively important to me is the Great Flat of British think tank and the community, and now I think more than ever is a good time, because if we are stuck in and can't do nothing else, we can chuck ourselves more into this subject, and we have good weapons at our arsenal, as in a wealth of information already discovered, so we seem to be, you know, ahead of the game a bit, really, if you ask me. Yeah. What they're doing, I haven't got a fucking clue, guys, so, but it ain't good. So the Royals, King, Queen, Thumb, the kins, and on lockdown I got red lipstick for Queen Thumb. Shit, excuse me. If you don't know about my show, right? I've had complaints, people saying like, what's all that fucking about? This is YouTube. Well, what it is I like it, and it's my channel. And it makes me happy, okay, and my friends who I love, okay, we're happy with it too, okay. So now, King and Queen Thumb, okay, they've been bored, they've been in for a week, so they've been having a loving, okay. Queenie, she's looking pretty hot. Not allowed to do that anymore. So Kingy, okay, he's been out in the shed, okay, keeping out of the way from Queenie, who's having a loving. So basically they got new hobbies at the moment, okay, because only that's finite. So what they're doing, okay, is Queenie's taking up embroidery, which is pretty crap, but you know, who knows, maybe she'll do the post-apocalypse tapestry like you know, Bayer or something for us all. And King Thumb, he's been putting up a shelf for the last 3 days in his garage, okay, where he keeps the royal gold carriage, okay, which I won't be using anymore because it's Armageddon. Anyway, so they haven't seen one another all day, so they're best going to talk to one another, okay. So first Queenie, okay, so Thumbykins, where are you? Haven't seen you all day. Oh, it's been bloody nightmare stalking fucking you all day. I took the corgi out for a little walk and a wee, and an helicopter come over and shouted at me, Queenie, it's for your own protection. You're 163 and we're running out of drugs to keep you alive, and we're running short on adrenochrome for your old man who's got a black eye already, hasn't he? Is he evil? No, nice. He's nice. Right. You know, I want to find out if this is true, because, you know, a lot of people are loving King Thumb at the moment. No, he's a good man. He's the king. He's the king of Tartaria. Better be, okay? We're doing an investigation into this anyway, okay? Anybody with black eyes better welcome watch it. Anyway, so in the Illuminati as well. So I'm here. Oh, do you know what? It's left to right. Okay, that's better. So, hi guys. So, yeah. Oh. So, what are we doing later? Well, I thought we could watch a video. So, what are you thinking of watching, love? Well, I was thinking about Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing for the 55th time? No, I don't think so, love. How about Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I haven't seen that in a while. Nah, love. Nah, it's fucking crap, that remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think we should stick with something a bit lighter, considering the state of affairs outside. We don't know if they might turn on us, you know, because we own the world, etc. You get me? So, how's your shelf coming on? Well, I don't know how to do them actually. I've been 3 days, I followed the instructions. There's 3 parts to it, you see. 2 you have to attach to the wall. You know, I'm king, love, I don't do this shit. It's usually down to the slaves, do you get me? The slaves are gone on home, they're on lockdown, we're alone, love. I'm alone with you forever. But we'll be alright, we'll get on. Yeah, we're having a loving, aren't we, love? I've never been so happy in all my life. I haven't been in for months on end. I forgot how cool it was. Oh, I almost read a book last night. No, I never. Anyway, the conclusion. Now, what we want to see, guys, by you two. Who? Us? Who are you? Where did you come from? As far as you are concerned, guys, okay, this is a voice from another dimension. Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you. Who are you? Is it God? No, I'm not God. I'm Welsh. Oh, well, I got a son, he's Welsh. He's the King of Wales, you know. No, he's the Prince of Wales. No, he's the king. We only do kings. Thumbykins, will you tell that voice that's coming from another dimension that we only do kings? No, he is Prince, love. You know how it works. Oh, alright then. Anyway. Ah! Fuck. Jam my hand. Anyway, this can't go on anyway. So, King Queen Thumb. Right. What we want to see next week, okay? I want to see you alive, well fed, happy, healthy. So, what have you got to keep yourself alive? I got a bag of rice, I got a bag of potatoes. Got anything else? Well, no, not really. We've had slaves to do it all forever, and I am getting a bit hungry now. I suppose we'll have to learn how to cook, won't we? Yes, you're going to have to learn how to cook and look after yourself. We're coming back next week, and we want to see if you're alive, okay? And you haven't beaten one. We love one another. Yeah, I'm going back to build that shelf. It's bound to be there easier this time. Anyway, bye, love. Bye. Bye, then. Back to my embroidery of the post-reset world. Okay, bye. I make all that up as I'm going. Sure you notice. So I'm thinking. Anyway, one love. Oh, so please share your thoughts. I'll be back in a few days or so. This is Flatterday. What we've been looking at is the connections with Comet. They say it's coming in with Atlas. Atlas owns a firmament up. I just chuck it out there because it came out this week to this letter from this researcher, inventor and scientist dude that always sends me cool shit. We sent it to other people. There's a reality, etc. So we'll see if NASA's truck or something comes our way. Me. So it's going to be shit stuck in for months. I don't know what we're going to do. I'll be alright, I got 1,000 billion books and I can do all of this as long as the internet don't go. Oil painting's good. I got oil paints and felt pens. Anyone needs me, mattleague7gmail.com. Subscribe wherever, like this video. This has been my Flatterday effort. This will be up later. Peace and love to all of you. Stay safe, get food and everything else. Uh-oh.